Hey guys, Son of Beast here, as Mr. Beast is in the house. That is me. And today's video, the season of the Inanimate Insanity Invitational is coming down to a winding end here, as right now there's only 5 competitors remaining. As right now, there is one way that we are going to tell that I am going to make this one prediction to find out which new episodes are going to be. Now, I know they didn't feature it here for the part of the last part of the episodes here in October of 2022. That was episode 10 of the rejoin and the elimination. The part of the indefinite island. And then after that one, for the next part of the episode, for episode 11, it will be the next one that I will be taking a look of for the pest buddies. Like one of each of the pets. So, as of right now, I've already finished watching dozens of each episodes here of the previous seasons, as I have already did 1, and then 2, and then I caught up to 3. But 3 is very important because I have already had done a reaction of this video. So, most of the viewers, you've got a lot of votes. I mean, you got a lot of views. I can't even believe it. It's because, like, episode 13, you guys really liked my new episode. But the previous part of the episode was episode 14 that I already made a new one, but you liked the previous one better. So I was astonished of how I felt. And it was you guys that made that one here for as a vote. So I'm very happy, though. But I'm not even sure how well this is going to take. So that being mindful, I would appreciate to everyone who really likes my reaction to the video, and consider yourself as your lucky credit deal, because I'm really happy for everybody who is really up for a challenge to go with my reaction of me, of Mr. Beast, which is me, of course. Yep, so in that case, I'm going to predict one of each episodes of what's going to be, because we got 2 more months here, and it's already August right now. So as we may be stepping into the last part of the episodes before the end of season 3. And then after that one, we go back into the power of 2 of season 5. So as we're being right now, it's time to make the prediction, and let's find out what happens. Okay, so first up, we have is the new part of the episodes where we come down to 5 competitors remaining in each game. Now, as you may already have noticed here, the last episode was Bot that was eliminated. So I know you guys are like a favorite of it for a Bot, but I'm really I'm assuming that it might be a tough call in between of Nickel and Balloon, because at that point it was a very close call, because I thought that for sure Yin Yang would have been able to try to like make a close save on a call and then try to be out. But it was already been tied right now, so everything has changed. And it was not the final 3, because if nothing was really going to keep along where the contestants are trying to be found at. So as I mentioned here before, so now, here's the tricky part. This is where it comes down to here to 5 contestants remaining. As right now, I have a little prediction in between of the range. So I will be starting off with one of the fans and then favorites for the next part of the episode. I'm not even sure which one will it be, but it is a tough call for the making decision of in between of Silver Spoon and Yin Yang. It's definitely one of the previous season for Yin Yang that he was in, the last one in season 2, and Silver Spoon just started. But it's not a very close call, because everyone is out trying to configure which vote had the better higher rate, and I'm not really sure what's going on. So basically, I decided to say myself is the close call of this range should have been in between. And I haven't seen Yin Yang digging the immunity milk, but it's not really the tough option again. He made it count for not using 2 of them. So in that case, what he did want was he wants to try to keep him in. So for this part of the last season, he was eliminated. That was the part of it that I just noticed of. And by the time, I want to see if what other contestants have, because at this point, it didn't really help at all. I want to see someone like get into the game, and then I want to see someone out and eliminated next. I don't believe it. I don't know what happened because those two of Yin Yang and Silver Spoon, they are really aggressive. I mean, they're not trying to like make a friend out of it, but they're trying to like say, okay, we can definitely be friends now. I don't know if this will happen because no, can't do. As of right at this instant, my prediction for the new episode of episode 15 is going to be a very close call. I am not even sure what the next contest is going to be. So I will just try to like hide it now. And in the meantime, as I choose the next eliminated contestant, I will be choosing the next one to go. I'm going to say the next fan contestant could be like Silver Spoon. So I have a little aggressive on this one because it's not going to be a close call for Ying Yang to get back into the game. And it's very tough and obvious for sure. I have a lot of range to take over it. And this was a hard one to try to go with the impact inbound of episode number 15. And the release was going to be the same thing, just like October of 2022. So that could be my prediction for this year of October 2023. So yeah, that's going to be my prediction for episode number 15. And then the next part of the month off because Thanksgiving and Black Friday, of course. So yeah, that is my prediction for episode number 15. As right now we get to 5 competitors remaining. And then once the next contestant is eliminated, then we get to 4. So that's going to be my prediction. The next prediction I chose is Silver Spoon to be out of the game. He done really well at each episodes, but like 1 through 14, I mean, that was like the longest part of it. I have never seen it how well he does. And same thing going with the actor of Justin Chapman. I really can't believe it. So it was a great successful to have that one in the making. So yeah, successful to Justin Chapman here. I give you a shout out here too. But anyway, that is what I do here for episode 15. And try to go with it the best I can. So that is it. Now let's move on to the next episode of the prediction of number 16. All right, episode 16 of the Inanimate Insanity Invitational. Now this is where we come down into the final 4. So after a competitor is eliminated, then this is where it might be the tough one in the simulation between these 4, like 3 favorite contestants and 1 fan contestant. So it is going to be a tight call in between the final 4 competitors in the matchup. It's going to be very tough for me to like choose who's the next one going to be. I promise Nickel, because I know that last time it was in episode 3. That was the part of it that was getting me a little bit crazy. It didn't really like try to like improve me in the first place, but it was a very tight option. As I just remembered it before, it was a very close call. And I didn't really know what's going to happen if Nickel is going to be eliminated. But it's very tough option. I have no rights to do this because if Nickel was out, I would have been so upset. But I'm officially glad that Nickel is still in the game. And because right now the next fan base goes down, I can understand that one here. It might be a very tough option for me to try to choose who do I pick. Now, in the word of a name here for 3 favorite contestants and keeping 1 for good, I have a tough question to honor to find out what it is. is very tough. And between my simulation of the range, that is a very hard one to call for, I'm gonna have to try to say what is the big use here. And I have nothing to say about what is going to be a Final Four competitors. So, as if I being said, this is really going to be that tough. But in honesty, of the Final Four competitors, there might be one that might be going home. And there may not be anybody who really wants to do that. So it's very that tough opinion to find out who's going to be like the next contestant out of the game, because it's really that tough. I don't know who it is, but I know that could be in between Balloon, Yin Yang, and Nickel. Well, I have nothing to say what it is. So what I predict, I wanted to choose one of the upsettings. And these are the friends here because in that season 2, they know Balloon and Nickel are gone. And I don't know why it does. I wanted to keep it in just one spot. That's totally it. But I definitely have no idea if this will ever happen. Because if it goes with 2 competitors that are eliminated, then it's going to be a close call right now. It's going to be a tight one in between. And I don't know. I wouldn't go with that one anyway. No. So I'll have to choose this. I'm thinking that Balloon was very that tough, and then try to keep a friend for the secret of Nickel. But he proved that he was wrong. I don't know what will happen if Nickel has to confess with the feelings of this change. But it's really going to be a hard one to try to keep an eye on that. So, as I make a discussion with this one for in between the Balloon and Nickel, it is a tight honest. The actor that played for Balloon was Ben Cross, and Adam Katz for the Nickel. I have to say I'm going to keep Adam Katz for Nickel because he's really well and he's doing a lot of work trying to get his voice attention up a bit, and he's doing it really well. Especially with Nickel here as a contestant, he tried to stay confident and wish him luck. Can't comply about that. But anyway, the tough one is I'm gonna try to see what happens if the 2 competitors are gonna make this one a tough call. It's really really important, big of a deal. Not really nothing else to say about it, but for the new episode of episode 16, I will have to try to figure it out. Because at this point, it gets very close down to the end, and nothing just stays the same. It may not be the tough one that we all call for. So, it is not that easy, but I am thinking, what could the next episode be released out? Well, we don't know. Actually, well, my prediction for me is the last time it was episode 11, that was on December of 2022, before 2023 hits. As of right now, it gets things closer down to the end right now. So as I go with the episode releasement, I'm going to say the next month should be the same thing, just like the last year one in December 2022. So I'm going to say to that one a yes, because at that point, it is a very tough and honorable opinion for me that I might see the Final Four competitors in the end of 2023. Because it gets down closer enough before the new year. And definitely the holidays, of course, which everyone's favorite, Christmas. But in that case, I'm just going to say, what the heck? I'm going to take a closer to this range. I'm going to say Balloon to be out, and then Nickel will be all alone. I'm really making myself a prediction because this was going to be a very tight race in between what goes wrong. Not a close call, but it's really like a tough opinion. Like you don't even have to mean it. So I'm going to say Balloon might be the next one to be going home. because I was going to say that Nickel might want to win. I haven't seen like the next competitor win as the star creator that wants to like win the whole thing. So as for that, tough one to be honored. So yeah, we'll give it to that. But if it doesn't happen anyway, and if it goes with Nickel, yeah, I mean, the world will never end. It will never end with the money loss. Who knows the figure? But in that case, that's all I got here. So the prediction was Balloon, and the new episode release in December of 2023. Now let's catch on to the new episode in 2024. All right, we're in part of a new episode after January of 2024. Then it's February of 2024, which I'm thinking this will be a returning episode that will be back in. Same thing with 7 and 12. But in that case, for right now, as are being said, the tough one is there are now 3 competitors remaining. As of this point, this is where it all comes down to one of each 3. So as I make a prediction here for Cabby, Yin Yang, and Nickel, which are the 3 captains like in between for the team separates, I'm wondering what will happen if there is going to be a tough call in a situation. So I'm not really sure what will happen in between of them. So the 3 competitors are the tough ones to be on the match. It's not going to be really the same thing of what will happen. So I am guessing there is going to be a tight call between the battle of it. And maybe there might be like one way to try to go with the fan versus favorite. So it is really that tough and honestly, of my opinion. For my first option is Yin Yang has really never been seen like this. So it's going to be a very tight range in the battle. So as for being right now, I wanted to see what Yin Yang's got. Because he really has noticing that the Yang was starting to mess up on Yang. I don't know what will it be. It's a tough one. Like, we know this, that he was a very tight situation. I mean, something goes wrong. I mean, dark side, bright side. I mean, what's the figuration? So that's my first option that I will have to choose. My second option will be Nickel, because that is a tough consideration because Adam Cat did really well. But I don't know how well will Nickel stay long in the game before it's bitter of the final 2 spot or the final 3, I call it. Sorry, I mean, I'm just like trying to like make myself up. But anyway, going back to this game here of the contest. So as I just said here before, it was going to be a tough range. So my second option is Nickel. It's really going to be a tough one to try to figure it out. What is it going to be? So I'm not really sure what Cabby will do if she keeps her her folders from the contestants that will be showing the ranking of each position. It's very a tight option. I don't know what will happen, but it was going to be a very tough call. The situation is, if Cabby gets caught up being eliminated, then the whole world will say no profiling on her data research for each competitors. It's going to be very that sad. But I have a little tough situation of what my next opinion for the next elimination could be. Because it's really that tight. I'm not really sure what will happen. If there is a swapping change here, if Yin Yang stays in the game and then does not count, he will try to be safe. But I'm not really sure what happened will be in between Nickel and Cabby. Because it's really that tough to try to make an option, not to anybody who wants it. So as I'm going to go with my final prediction to myself, I'm thinking that's going to be a very close call for my first option. So it's not going to be like, oh, wow, another fan goes down and all fans are eliminated, or another favorite of the competitor goes down and out of the game. I don't know what will it be. Yeah, I'm definitely very like getting a little bit of tight range in between. So I wanted to see what Adam could sit into the final two of this one. If there is a new episode here for episode 18, I will try to get to that one here later. But we will get to that one here as after I finish discussing in episode 17. So as that being said, tough one as always. Really not that important. But as I'm going with the part of a new episode of the elimination, I'm going to have to say that if Ying Yang doesn't drink the milk and they all count for him, well, he'll be like not good with the figure. It's very that tight, honest. Not that close call because it is really that tight. And I'm really saying that my power of this one is going down. So as of being said, if this is going to happen, my answer is going to be close call, the range. I'm going to have to say probably nickel, because at that point, I really wanted to say, my first option is going to be nickel if he gets in the final two. And my second option is yin yang if he gets into the final two. Well, it's really the tight, honest one. So, yeah, it's really going to be a very tight call. So my elimination would have been yin yang or Cabby gets eliminated. But I'm not really positively sure what will happen if it goes back to a fan contestant or favorite contestant. So it's going to be a very tight call. So, and yeah, February is where I will be set off, as I just said here before. So it's going to be a very close call at that between. And episode 18, if there is a final episode here for the season finale, there might be one way to make this one happen here. So, yeah, it's going to be like a close range on a top start. The most range ever. They want to get this one all quick, wound up, and done for season 3 of the Inanimate Insanity Invitational. But in that moment, I'll try to find out what will it be for a part of a new episode. And that being said, that's all I can definitely figure out. And if there is a final two contestants here, they will be saying, they'll be heading into for the season finale of the Inanimate Insanity Invitational for the last contest. And that will be the marathon, the completions of each episodes that I will be seeing. I mean, it can be true. Same thing recalls for season 1 of episode 17. 2 parts. That's all we have. In the meantime, this is where it gets very tough, and the final one comes down to this. We now come to episode 18. As it approaches up here for the 13th birthday of Inanimate Insanity for next year in 2024, this is where will be the last 2 competitors that will be facing each other for one last time. The same thing from 2021 of Jack and Jellyfy of the BFB for gelatin and flour. Now, this is my honest prediction right now. So as I may have discussed it here before, it's going to be a very close option to find out who will win this season of the Inanimate Insanity. But my guess is, what will it be? Will it be Yin Yang and Cabby, a favorite versus the fan? Or will say Nickel and Cabby, the last 2 left here on the other side? Because it's really that tough, and in my exhilaration, it's really that hard one to go for. It's not really a tough opinion if it goes with the male contestant versus the female contestant. It got really tough and then got really locked up. And if it's really not that enough, and if Cabby's not around, well, there might be only one word to say about it. Probably in between Yin Yang and Nickel, which is very tight. I am not sure who is going to win to this part. If Adam does really well and his character wins this part, he might say, I'm going to say I'm going to win the whole thing. I don't know what will it be his quotes, so I'm not going to speak to Adam because he has to keep that one a secret. I'm not going to say anything about him and Nickel, which of course it was going to bring my money for my attention here. I know I didn't get anything right because it just keeps on losing for me. It just really felt me like I'm like disappointed of how this happened. So it could be a call in between the range of the two favorites or one favorite versus a one fan of the contestant. And then everybody else will be at the island here for the season finale to get back into this game and then root them on. So that will be one way that they can get back into this one here for a season finale. And that being said, 1 through 17 is where it gets really like a biggest marathon ever and a tight race to the finish line. But I don't know if it will be happen here for the marathon or it will be saying, viewers, you pick who wins this season of the Inanimate Insanity Invitational. It's like the same thing goes with the BFB. Like the viewers pick a winner in between the gelatin or the flour. But I don't know what will it be. They might say, who do you think will win? Well, there might be a very tough option for me. I mean, I don't know what will it be. Well, I will say my prediction of the votes, I will say. But if it doesn't work that way, maybe they're just going to make the new episode one last time, just like season 1 of episode number 17, which is the tight marathon to go with. So, yeah. Speaking of which, I'm going to have to make this one a final 2 prediction. So I will keep that aside for as a part of next year in 2024. That will be the one way that I can get this one finished. And that will be the end of Inanimate Insanity Invitational of Season 3. So, as it being right now, the new prediction of the episodes, 15 October, 16 December, 17 February, and 18 in April, which will be determined if they're going to make that episode. I'm not sure if it will be, but if there is, then they can definitely do it. And that being said, that is going to be the end of my prediction for part of the Inanimate Insanity. If you have any predictions of who you think will be moving on to the final 4 and a final 2, leave your thoughts in the comment down here below. I would really appreciate you all to find out who do you think will get to the end of the line for the last episode of the season finale. So with that being said, this is really that tough to make that honest decision. I know this was really tough. Try to figure out who wins while I'm trying to process it and find out which next contestant goes gone and eliminated before season finale that everyone comes back. Well, could be a tough one to call. I mean, you'll never know. Anyway, that's going to be it for right now. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can thumbs up. And make sure to follow me on my social media because I have a new media and it's on X. So you could definitely go ahead and follow me on my X. Not this kind of like X. It used to be known as Twitter, but now they named it differently into X. So basically, what will happen in Twitter? Maybe a change off. So, yep, that will be definitely that. I'm on the media right now. If you have anything to say, just follow me up on my new media. Links are in the description. Anyway, peace out, everyone, for a while as the prediction of the Inanimate Insanity dial. And this is Mr. Beast of Chris. You can all support from me that I worked really hard. And stay tuned as we will get the deals underway soon. So yeah, are you excited? Well, if you are, be ready because it will be coming out there very soon. And a 3rd annual of the deals. Peace out, everybody. Till next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you don't, somebody will. See ya.
If you don't, somebody will.